Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Center Jaxson has had his ups and downs this season, and he's still the only big man on the Lakers who has been able to help protect the rim. Jaxson will be a free agent and has already stated that he wants to shine on another team. If Jaxson confirms his departure from the Lakers, Rob Pelinka has stated that he will invest in signing two big men, one to be a starter and one to be in the rotation. Jaxson will be a free agent and will leave the Lakers after the playoffs. This could very well be the veteran's last run in the purple and gold. The Los Angeles Lakers have secured the number 3 overall seed in the Western Conference ahead of the postseason tipping off next weekend as the purple and gold look to bring an 18th Larry O'Brien trophy to the franchise. While there are certainly some players who are absolutely untouchable on the Lakers roster regardless of how this upcoming postseason run turns out, we're looking at you LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and Austin Reeves. Some players will need to put together impressive performances when the stakes are their highest in order to convince GM Rob Pelinka that they are an important piece of the puzzle moving forward. Jaxson entering his last playoff run in Los Angeles. One of those players who could ultimately see his time in Los Angeles come to an end without a standout postseason performance is veteran center Jaxson. The fact of the matter is the Lakers completed a trade at the deadline that would have made Mark Williams their new starting center for the stretch run before the deal was ultimately rescinded due to concerns over Williams' health. If that wasn't enough writing on the wall to make Hayes and every other follower of the purple and gold know that they would like to upgrade at center, then I don't know what is. The 24-year-old former Texas Longhorn standout is set to enter unrestricted free agency this summer and could very well find himself searching for a new home in the NBA if his play during the postseason isn't up to par. After stepping into a larger role following the trade deadline, Hayes has shown flashes of the talent that made him the number 8 overall pick in the 2019 NBA draft, but consistency has been an issue and the Lakers are simply not the type of franchise that will reward inconsistent play with a long-term contract. After averaging 9.8 points and 5.9 rebounds on 79.7% shooting during the month of March, Hayes has seen his production go down across the board as well, albeit coming from a smaller sample size. April has not been kind to the big man as his averages have dropped to 5.3 points and 5.3 rebounds per game while shooting 63.6% from the field. Given the Lakers only own one selection in the 2025 NBA draft, the number 55 overall pick, at the time of this writing, it seems like any replacement for Hayes will be found on the free agent market. With LeBron and Luka taking up roughly 2/3 of their total salary cap space, Pelinka will have to scour the market to find the best bang for his buck if the Lakers have any plans to bring in a different player to anchor the middle on both ends of the floor. We'll find out soon enough whether Hayes can turn in the type of postseason performances that leads to Pelinka having a greater belief in his ability to get the job done for this team moving forward. If Hayes fails to do that, he will more than likely be moving on from Hollywood to another franchise within the league. Luka Doncic emphasizes it will take everyone for Lakers to win championship. After a blowout win against the Houston Rockets, Luka Doncic and the Los Angeles Lakers have clinched the 3rd seed in the Western Conference and now await the postseason. By acquiring Doncic, expectations have skyrocketed as championship hopes are back in LA. There have been hiccups along the way, but head coach J.J. Redick continued to keep his players bought in. March and April have presented challenges in terms of high-caliber opponents, but the Lakers continued to pick up necessary wins to get to this point. Heading into the playoffs, the Lakers know they can count on Doncic and LeBron James as they historically are two of the best postseason performers. Doncic spoke about how difficult it will be to stop them, in addition to needing everyone to contribute if they want to win a title. "Yeah, like I said, it's gonna be hard to stop us, but it's not just me and LeBron," Doncic said. "We have a great team around us, everybody helps us in so many ways. So if we want to win the championship, it's gonna take all of us." Since 2020, the Lakers have had a lot of roster and staff turnover with them falling short of expectations. But this year breathed a breath of fresh air. Ideally, each season is a championship or bust year for the Lakers and Doncic echoed that sentiment. Yeah, obviously. That's gotta be our own goal, and that's our only goal, Doncic said of winning a title. I think we have the team to do it, but everybody's locked in, they're a hard team to beat, so that's our goal. Early expectations are either the Minnesota Timberwolves or the Golden State Warriors matching up with LA in the first round. Regardless, a challenging matchup awaits and everyone needs a chance to rest and prepare accordingly. To buy this much rest for both Doncic and James should only do wonders, especially for LeBron as he is 40 years old and in his 22nd season. For the Lakers' newest star, he gets a chance to decompress from a whirlwind of a season, especially after making his return to Dallas recently. Overall, it has been a wild regular season, but also a testament to players and coaches buying in. Hopefully, LA can take advantage of time off while looking to make a deep postseason run. Austin Reeves says Lakers can win the championship in Luka Doncic's first season with the team. Austin Reeves says the Lakers have faith in a successful NBA playoff run. After locking up the third seed on Friday, the Los Angeles Lakers are feeling good about their chances to make a deep playoff run. According to sharpshooting guard Austin Reeves, his team has enough firepower to win the West and he believes they will be a tough matchup for whoever they face in the battles to come. High, very high, said Reeves on his opinion of the Laker, via Spectrum Sportsnet. We believe in what we got here. With the way we went and performed the first game against the best team in the NBA, just shows what we can do. With the talent we have two guys in Bron and Luka that can dominate the game in so many ways. If I were a coach, it would be very tough to prepare for those two and then the supporting cast that we have. We got guys that do the dirty work, and shoot the ball extremely well. We got a good overall team. The Lakers are 2-1 over their last 3 games, good enough to secure home court advantage in the first round. Before their latest win over the Dallas Mavericks, they split a 2-game series against the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are the best team in the West at 67-14. Before the Luka Doncic trade, the Lakers were barely scraping by as a playoff contender and they struggled to stay consistent on the court. They had been mostly irrelevant since the 2019-20 campaign, but the acquisition of Luka Doncic in February changed their trajectory. In one night, their entire identity changed and LeBron James went from the leading star to the best sidekick Luka Doncic has ever had. With number 77 in the rotation, the Lakers have been thriving as a team and their record over the past few weeks is nothing short of impressive. Since the Luka trade, the Lakers are 21-12 with one of the best offenses in the NBA. Doncic, who had to adjust on the fly, has already found a rhythm in Los Angeles with averages of 28.2 points, 8.2 rebounds, and 7.7 assists on 43.8% shooting over the last 28 games. LeBron James has done everything in his power to ease the transition and he's made it clear with his words and actions that this is Luka's team now. At 40 years old, LeBron is ready to take a back seat to Doncic and let the Slovenian superstar lead the show for the foreseeable future. Even though Luka's still fresh on the scene in LA, there's the confidence that he and LeBron James can pull off something special in the West. If they can stay healthy and their defense holds up, the Lakers will have a shot to beat any team in their way of a championship. At the very least, figuring out how to neutralize Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, and LeBron James will prove to be a real challenge and it will take an amazing defensive effort to slow down their scoring pace. With just one game to go before the start of the playoffs, now is the time for the Lakers to lock in and reap the rewards of their blockbuster trade. Lakers must buy in to what makes them special with Luka Doncic. Los Angeles has a recipe for success. Landing the biggest pre-deadline blockbuster trade of the century forces some adjustment on the fly. The Los Angeles Lakers have been tasked with figuring out their identity ever since. The opportunity to acquire a player like Luka Doncic should have never been on the board. The Lakers, wisely, were not going to pass it up. Even in the earlier stages of figuring out their new dynamic, the team has offered plenty of reason to be optimistic about their title hopes. We're trying to build something special here, Doncic told the media following the recent road victory over the Dallas Mavericks. It is safe to say this is the most excited that Lakers fans have been about their team since the 2019-20 championship unit. If this year's group wants to reach the same heights, they will need to lean into the thing that has made them special. The Lakers have figured things out offensively before the NBA playoffs. The potential to have an elite offense for a team that has Doncic, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves was always going to be there. That was the point made by James on the season debut of the Mind the Game podcast. Myself and Luka will have the two best defenders every night. There's not many teams with a third defender, and that third defender has to guard Austin Reeves, LeBron told his podcast partner, Steve Nash. Lately, the Lakers have certainly brought James' vision to life. The formula may not be perfect across the board, but the offense has helped cover up a lot of the other issues. They're going to have defensive problems, they're gonna have rebounding problems, but if Gabe Vincent is hitting his threes, and Dorian Finney-Smith does some of the same, they can just be the best offense, Danny Parkins said on the Kevin O'Connor show. The Lakers had a stretch in which it appeared that elite defense could be the formula for success in Los Angeles. J.J. Redick's group proved capable of holding the top defensive rating in the league for a significant stretch of the post-Doncic trade era. That has now flipped on its head. During the last 10 games of this campaign, the Lakers have dipped back down to middle of the pack defensively. Their rating of 115.3 ranks 15th in the NBA on that end of the court. However, the offense has skyrocketed in that same stretch. The Lakers have held the best offensive rating, 123.4, in the league. Los Angeles has also led the NBA in true shooting percentage over that span, ranking first with a mark of 63.2. What is impressive about all of this is that James is not even in playoff mode yet. The four-time champion has relatively modest offensive averages over the team's last 10 games. James has posted 21.9 points and 6.9 assists per game, with shooting splits of 49-34-88. Everyone knows the NBA's all-time leading scorer is capable of so much more. However, perhaps the fantastic thing about this team is that James does not have to carry that kind of offensive burden. Doncic has averaged 29.9 points and 7.0 assists per game over their last 10 games, shooting 49-41-81. Reeves has delivered 23.6 points and 4.7 assists per game, with healthy splits of 52-46-89. The important thing for this Lakers offense right now is the quality of looks being produced. Los Angeles is creating great shots all over the court, and especially from beyond the arc, where they have shot a sizzling 41.3%. The Lakers are figuring out what Luka ball looks like right before the NBA playoffs. That should excite everyone who's invested in seeing this team thrive in the postseason.